Hey, y'all just tuned in. Sadly, Battlefield Walmart just got up by one of my managers. A couple of people.
What's up, fam? My name's Tam, and you're tuned in to Tam Talks, where I talk and people usually listen. And we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about Andre Bing and an update of eyewitness accounts of the incident. But before we get into it, if you're new here, please like and subscribe. If you're already a part of the tribe, hello, hola, good morning, good afternoon. Now let's get into it. Well, what do we know? We know Andre Bing was responsible for the loss of 6 lives. One is not pictured here because they are a minor. Who were they? Well, Randy Blevins, 70-year-old, Lorenzo Gamble, 43, Taneki Johnson, 22, Brian Pendleton, 38, Kelly Pyle, 52, and the 16-year-old Fernando Chavez Barron. What else do we know? We know that the city released notes in a series of tweets redacting names of those mentioned by the alleged individual Andre Bing. It was stated that Andre pinpointed just exactly who he wanted to target on that incident, but I'll also play the video of an eyewitness account saying that he didn't target anybody. He just went in there with a mindset to do what he did. So let's get into what those tweets said and what Andre Bing actually wrote. The note reads, "Sorry, God, I failed you. This was not your fault, but my own. I failed to listen to the groans of the Holy Spirit, which made me a poor representation of you. I was harassed by idiots with low intelligence and a lack of wisdom. I remained strong through most of the torment, but my dignity was completely taken away beyond repair by my phone getting hacked. I can't say that they were the only ones that lacked intelligence and wisdom. I was just as guilty and failed my management team and everyone that ever loved me by convincing them that I was normal. And associates orchestrated it. They laughed and made subtle code speeches, which I eventually figured out. I thought was my friend, but he betrayed me. Betrayal is one of the worst feelings next to regret. They laughed at me and said that I was like Jeffrey Dahmer. I would have never killed anyone that entered my home. A few months back, I overheard talking to, and he told me he had. The associates gave me evil, twisted grins, mocked me, and celebrated my downfall the last day. That's why they suffer the same fate as me. From maintenance was emanating with the Holy Spirit, which I could feel. People thought that she was crazy for walking out, but unlike me, she actually listened to the Holy Spirit, knew that they were antagonizing me. So one day she approached me in personnel and apologized to me. On her last day, she looked at me in my eyes, terrified by a demonic aura. My true intent was never to murder anyone. I was actually one of the most loving people in the world, if you would get to know me. I just wanted a wife that was equally yoked as I. Obsessed over the thought, however, I didn't deserve a wife. I hope that people will learn from everyone's mistakes and truly love God and not the material possessions of the world. My only wish would have been to start over from scratch and that my parents would have paid closer attention to my social deficits. Sorry, everyone, but I did not plan this. I promise things just fell into place like I was led by Satan. I've written songs in the past, though. I only did it when I realized my phone was hacked and was giving the worst feeling imaginable. I wish that I could have saved everyone from myself. I will spare because I have a special place for her in my heart because my mother died from cancer. Please let everyone know that bitter seed apricots are the cure for cancer, not the doctor. May God forgive me for what I'm about to do. In his alleged note, it absolutely sounded like he had targeted people he wanted to take along this journey of destruction with him. However, there is an eyewitness account that says otherwise. Let's listen to what she has to say.
This man, who actually the first person to end up getting hit, he actually went around the entire room and gave everyone trash bags, which he doesn't normally does, so that stuck out to me. And then when I walked in the room, something in me told me not to sit down. I don't know exactly what it was, but something just said, just stand up, and I just stood up the entire time. And as soon as the team lead said he was about to get the meeting started, he said, "All right, guys, we have a really light night tonight." And as soon as he said that, the supervisor or the manager just came around the corner and literally just opened fire and just started swaying his arm back and forth. He didn't have a target. He didn't, he wasn't aiming for anybody specifically. He literally was just shooting across the entire break room.
It's terrifying. I mean, that just sounds unimaginable. And how did you keep yourself safe? You just hit the deck? Did you run?
I honestly, at first, I froze because I thought I was in like a simulation. It felt fake in the very moment, because I'm literally looking at this man and I see the smoke leaving the gun, but it's just not registering to me because I think it was the fact that I recognized his face. If it were someone that I had never seen before, then I feel like it would have been realer in that moment. But the fact that this is somebody that I worked with and I talked to and I was next to every day, it was just like, this can't be real. And so I saw all of my coworkers diving onto the floor, and I'm just looking around like, what's going on? And then once I saw blood, I was like, oh, this is really real. And then that's when it processed that, like, you have to run or you're gonna die. And then I just booked it through the store, and all I kept saying was, don't trip, don't fall, don't look back, just run. And that's exactly what I did. I just ran straight for the front door.
Cannot imagine what you went through. Tell us, if you can, a little bit about the supervisor, about the shooter. You said you felt uneasy about that employee meeting leading up to the shooting. Was it because of something about the supervisor, about the shooter?
Not necessarily that night, like not necessarily last night, but I would say he was just the supervisor that everyone warned everybody else about. So when you first started at that job, it was like, okay, this is the supervisor that is most likely gonna pick on you, or he's gonna have an issue with what you do and things like that. So, I had it noted in the back of my head that, oh, okay, cool, we might run into an issue, but I never thought that it would be anything to this extent. Because like I said, he didn't say anything, he didn't point to anyone specific, he didn't aim at anyone specific. It was like he was just out to get any and everybody that he worked with. He genuinely just did not care.
Such a sad situation. As always, here at Tam Talks, I want to send my thoughts, condolences, and prayers to the family and friends of those who lost loved ones in this time and in this season. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're new here, please click that like and subscribe button. We have a lot to talk about, and I hope you stay and be a part of the tribe. Until then, you guys be safe. I'm Tam with Tam Talks. Tribe.
And now a word from our sponsors. We actually don't have any sponsors. I'm just here to say please like and subscribe. Be a part of the tribe. I definitely appreciate you guys watching the video, and I want to see you every time I post. So go ahead and be a part of the tribe and click that subscribe button.